What is up, guys? Delboy here. So I wanted to preview the card headlined by Deontay Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne 2. This card takes place this weekend and it goes down at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And I just wanted to run through the card and talk about all the notable fights. We will start with the main event, Deontay Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne 2. I've already made a prediction video for this fight, so you can watch it on my channel, but I don't really expect Bermane Stiverne to put up much resistance here. I picked Deontay Wilder to win the first fight. I actually picked him by stoppage, so I got that wrong, but I am picking Deontay Wilder by stoppage again. Bermane Stiverne has not been active at all. Since his loss to Deontay Wilder back in January 2015, he's only fought once since, and he fought once in, I believe, December or November 2015. So he's been out of the ring for more or less 2 years. And in that fight against Derek Rossi, where he won in December 2015 or November 2015, he got dropped, and apparently it was very close. That fight wasn't televised for some reason, but apparently it was really close, and he looked terrible. So he's coming off a bad performance. He's coming off inactivity. He's 39 years old. He doesn't keep himself in the best of shape. So I just can't see Bermane Stiverne offering any real resistance here, to be quite honest. I can't see it. I don't think Bermane Stiverne would have got any better since he last fought Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder hasn't got any worse. Don't really think he's got any better, but he's definitely not got any worse. So I can't see Bermane Stiverne having any real success here. Yeah, Bermane Stiverne does punch pretty hard, so he's always got a puncher's chance, but I think other than that, we are really reaching to give Bermane Stiverne any type of shot. You know, he's saying in the first fight he was unhealthy due to being dehydrated. How a heavyweight gets dehydrated, I don't know, but he's saying he was unhealthy, so let's see. I very much doubt that was the case. I just think he got outboxed, really. And I think Deontay Wilder's strengths play into Bermane Stiverne's weaknesses. You know, Bermane Stiverne's got very slow feet, and he is there to be outboxed. We saw that against Ray Austin all those years ago in a fight Bermane Stiverne won. If you've got a jab and you can move a bit, you're going to give this guy problems. And Wilder, when he uses his jab is actually very good. And he has got quick feet. To me, when the fight first happened, it was an easy fight to predict. The only thing I got wrong was me picking Wilder by stoppage. But yeah, I've got Wilder here by stoppage again. I just think he's too fresh, he's too quick, he's too powerful, and Bermane Stiverne has surely got worse than he was last time out. But that's my opinion on the main event. We'll talk about another heavyweight fight on the card. That is between Dominic Breazeale and Eric Molina. This is a good crossroads fight. Two sort of former heavyweight title challengers. Obviously Dominic Breazeale fought Anthony Joshua, put up a decent attempt, but got outclassed and got beat down. Eric Molina fought both Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Molina gave Wilder a good fight. He rocked him, but he got stopped in the late rounds, and Molina got destroyed against Anthony Joshua. So both guys have fought for the heavyweight title, and both guys are taking part in a crossroads fight. I think both guys have a shot, but I make Dominic Breazeale a big favourite here. I'm actually a big fan of Dominic Breazeale. Love the way he applies how he applies his trade. He likes to come forward. He'll let his hands go. He'll take one to give one. He's got a granite chin. He's got good power, and he's got the heart of a lion. He really does. I mean, you just have to look at his last 3 fights. He fought the unbeaten prospect Izu Agono last time out, where he was supposed to lose. He got dropped hard. He was getting beaten up, but he pulled out the stoppage win, and he took Agono in deep waters and drowned him. That was a great win, a great comeback win from a Joshua defeat. Even looking at that Joshua defeat, he never really had any success, but he took a lot of shots. His chin really held up. You know, put up a great attempt. And against Amir Mansour, he got dropped hard. He was getting beaten up at the start of a fight, but he come back, and again he took Amir Mansour in deep waters and he drowned him. I recall people saying Dominic Breazeale only won because of a lucky punch. Well, I don't see it like that. He outlasted Damian Mansour. That's the way I see it. So, listen, Dominic Breazeale doesn't really have many skills in the ring. But like I said, he makes up for that with power, heart, great chin, decent engine. He'll come to fight. Eric Molina, to me, is the better technician. He likes to look for that counter shot more than Dominic Breazeale. He likes to sort of buy time and look for his openings. He is more cerebral, but I just think he's a little too passive in this fight. I think the pressure and relentlessness of Dominic Breazeale is going to give Eric Molina some trouble. And once he gets touched a few times, I think he'll go into his shell. We saw it against Anthony Joshua, where, to me, Eric Molina just looked scared. I'll be completely honest. He looked terrified, and it appeared that the lights were a bit too bright for him. And even against Deontay Wilder, he put up a great fight, but there was a time in that fight where he turned his back, and it looked like he didn't want any more. So I think you can get to Eric Molina, you can break his will, and that is what Dominic Breazeale does. He broke Amir Mansour's will, and he broke Izzy Wagono's will, and he's going to try and break Eric Molina's will. And if Dominic Breazeale comes forward and Eric Molina can't catch him with some big shots to keep him at bay, then Eric Molina's in for a tough night, and I'd expect Dominic Breazeale to sort of beat him down and take him out. I think Dominic Breazeale's going to win this fight by mid to late stoppage. I do think Eric Molina does have decent power, and he has got a good sneaky counter right hand, but I just don't think he has enough in this fight, and I don't think he's good enough, to be quite honest. I've got Dominic Breazeale in this fight, but a good little fight, a good fun fight. Looking forward to seeing it. Also on the card, we have the return of Sean Porter. He is staying busy by fighting the tough Adrian Granados. We last saw Adrian Granados against Adrian Broner, where a lot of people felt he won the fight. A lot of people felt Granados beat Broner. So, including myself, and I'm a big Broner fan, as you know. So he does have pedigree. He also beat Amir Imam, who was a really highly rated prospect a couple of years back. And a lot of people felt Amir Imam could give Terence Crawford a lot of trouble. And people forget that, but Granados beat him. Granados also has some very close losses to some very good fighters like Kermit Cintron, Felix Diaz, and guys like that. So Adrian Granados is he's a good fringe level contender. He'll come to fight, he'll let his hands go, he's got a good chin, and he'll stay right in front of you and try and trade. He's that type of guy. And he's a good fighter. I do expect Sean Porter to have a little too much for Adrian Granados. I think Sean Porter's natural strength is going to come through here. Adrian Granados fought his last fight against Adrian Broner, who's basically a light welterweight, really. And Broner at times pushed him back, so I can't see Adrian Granados not being pushed back by Sean Porter in this fight. I think Granados is going to let his hands go. He's going to have some success. He's going to land a few punches here and there. But I just expect Sean Porter to push him back, outwork him, and win a decision here. But Granados is going to give him some work. Granados will find the target and he will have success. But again, Sean Porter is just too strong for Adrian Granados. And not only that, I think Sean Porter does things well that he doesn't get credit for. I think Sean Porter, for example, has exceptionally quick feet. He cuts the ring off extremely quickly. He cuts the distance off extremely quickly. And he's also got a really good jab when he uses it. He can really step into that jab and then work on the inside. He has got some subtle skills that people don't really give him credit for. Also as well, Sean Porter in the clinch is very good, obviously, as we know. So I think Sean Porter is a little bit undervalued by some fans. I think he's a very good fighter. And I think he's going to win this fight by a decision. Maybe even a late stoppage, but nobody stopped Adrian Granados as of yet. He is teak tough. So a stoppage would be very, very impressive. Another fight on the card is for the vacant IBF super lightweight title, which was obviously vacated by Terence Crawford. Sergei Lipinets, the number one contender, is going to be fighting Akira Kondo for that vacant title. I've seen a bit of Sergei Lipinets. He's a good fighter, good in the pocket, puts his shots together well, Quite a fun fighter to watch, actually. You know, I think he's one of those guys who does everything well, but he doesn't really excel in any one area. But I expect him to have too much for Akira Kondo. Now, I have to confess, I have not seen too much of Akira Kondo. I've looked at a little bit online, and he looks tough, he looks durable, he'll come to fight, but he is very slow, you know. And, I mean, looking at both fighters, Sergei Lipinets is clearly the more dynamic fighter. He changes levels. He puts his shots together well. He's got relatively quick hands, decent power, just a much better fighter all round. Akira Kondo is going to be tough. He's going to be durable, like pretty much all Japanese fighters are. I mean, how many times do you see a Japanese fighter fold? You don't see it very often, so I expect Kondo to come here with a lot of intensity. He's going to come to win. He's going to be durable, but I just expect Lipinets to have too much. And for the record, Kondo has never been stopped, so interesting, you know. It'd be interesting to see how he looks, how Lipinets looks. So that is one to keep your eye out on. And apart from that, there's nothing too interesting on the card. Having said that, for the UK fans, Lenroy Thomas is fighting in a stay busy fight on that card. He is going to be fighting a guy called Mike Bissett. He has a record of 14 wins, 10 defeats. So Lenroy Thomas is staying busy. Obviously, he's fighting Dave Allen in December on the David Haye versus Tony Bellew undercard. So it'll be interesting to see how Lenroy Thomas looks against Mike Bissett. I believe now Lenroy Thomas is trained by Kenny Porter full time. In the first Dave Allen fight, Kenny Porter was only with him for like a week or so. So this will be interesting to see how he looks under Kenny Porter. I think moving to a trainer like Kenny Porter is going to be a positive thing for Lenroy Thomas. I felt he beat Dave Allen the first time round. I didn't really feel it was particularly close, to be quite honest. And I didn't feel it deserved a rematch, but that's what we're going to see. It's going to be interesting to see how he looks against Mike Bissett. But yeah, decent card. The main event isn't great, but the reality is this fight had to happen sooner rather than later because it is a mandatory challenger, so it had to happen. But yeah, I can't really see too many upsets on this card. What do you guys think? Peace.